Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. How is everyone doing today? Do me a favor, type in the comments replay if you are watching this on replay. Also, let me know where you are watching from. If you are watching this live, also type live in the comments. I want to see how many people are actually here bright and early in the morning for some morning motivation. But today we are going to talk about being stuck in the past with your mistakes and how it's actually time to get past that and actually start moving on to the present. So, guys, yes, I am doing something new. I am using a different platform for my morning lives, and I'm having not technical difficulties, so it's taking me a little longer to get started, but I'm happy to say that I have it up and running. But let's actually get to the topic because this was inspired by one of my awesome Facebook friends who is also a faithful morning motivation person, and her post inspired me. So I'm going to talk about this directly from her words and then kind of add to it. So this is from Shirley Brown. This is one of her morning posts today in her Women of Lead group. And it says, the quote is, "Forget the mistake, remember the lesson." And her comment to that quote is, "Don't let past mistakes keep you in neutral. Keep the lesson and move forward. Everybody has made mistakes, but don't define who you are." So that is so true. And so often we make mistakes and we kind of dwell on that and always say, I wish I would have did this differently, or I wish I would have said something else, or I wish I would have gone on that date. I wish I would have taken that job. I wish, we always wish something would have went a different way. But how about we think about it this way? How about we think about it as this, the way that it happened was supposed to happen that way. I'm supposed to be here where I am right now currently because this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm going to make the best of this situation. I am supposed to be at this job so I can meet that coworker that's then going to lead me to that opportunity that I would have never known about had I stayed where I was before. And I personally can attest to that because that is why I'm actually here with you right at this moment. I had a job that I thought I was going to be at forever because my whole family was at this organization, and it was like kind of your go-to place if you wanted a decent job, right? I stayed there for 13 years. I was slowly moving up, getting promotions until I reached a point where I could not move up anymore. Why? Because they said, we want you to have a bachelor's degree so that you can do basically the same thing that anyone else can do, but we want you to have a bachelor's degree. And at the time, I was not ready to go back to school. But I also knew that this might be the time that I actually do something different. And that is exactly what I did. I left that organization and I went to a new organization where I met my friend who was doing health and wellness, and she had a home-based business, and she introduced me to this stuff that I had never been introduced before. I didn't know what multi-level marketing was. I didn't know anything about having a home-based business. So when she introduced this to me, I'm telling you guys, I thought I was going to take over the world with this health and wellness business. I was going to make $1 million. I was going to help tons of people get fit, get alkaline, whatever, pH balance, healthy gut, all this stuff. And guys, I did not do very well. I was not successful with that health and wellness business. But you know what it did? It showed me that I needed to be a different person if I wanted to be successful in a home-based business. I could no longer stay in my shell and be that introvert that I was at one point. I could no longer just not talk to people. I could no longer stay off of social media because that is my comfort zone. I could no longer just be living in my home with my boyfriend at the time and my son and just have a happy life, right? Like, no, I needed more, and I needed to step out of my comfort zone if I wanted something different. And I could have easily said, man, I wish I would have never started that health and wellness business because I wasn't very successful at it. But instead, I'm looking at the positive and saying, you know what? The mistakes I made with that, some of the mistakes I made is thought that I was going to be an expert as soon as I started, right? Another mistake that I made is not actually building relationships with people and thinking that people were going to buy a product from me when they didn't really know me, or trying to reach out to people who I hadn't spoken to in years because I was an introvert, right? And then trying to introduce them to a product that I am now selling and thinking that these people are going to support me just because they're family and friends and I'm doing something new. Well, I was wrong, y'all. And guys, I just saw the comments. So good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Tanisha. Good morning, Javon. Good morning, Trevor. Good morning, Tarsha. Good morning, Cynthia. Yes, but boy, was I wrong. I didn't realize that I needed to be building relationships with people. I didn't realize that people need to know, like, and trust me. I didn't realize that, yes, I have a lot of potential. I can be successful, but there is some skills that I need to learn so that I can continue to grow. And I could have easily kept going back to where I started and saying, man, I made all those mistakes. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. But no, you have to get from out of the past and move forward and say, what things can I do differently so that I have a better outcome now? Not, I kept making the same mistakes over and over and over, because you are not going to get out of your comfort zone. You are not going to get out of that place that you were stuck in if you keep dwelling on the past. And that applies to everything. Messed up relationships, jobs that we might have messed up, friendships that we've ruined, relationships that we've ruined, anything that you can think of where you have made a mistake and you feel like it was life-changing, and if you had not made that mistake, things would be differently. Well, it is okay, because you still have the opportunity to make things different if that is something that you want to do. You control your life. You control how things are going to change. It is all about you and actually putting in the effort to do something different. So, guys, I am out of here. I'm actually loving this new platform because I am streaming everywhere at once, and I'm glad that I can see your comments. Thanks, Angela. I'm over this hair, to be honest with you, but I'm working with it. I think it's braids again. But anyway, guys, tonight I am like super excited because it is Let's Talk About It. You know, Tuesdays at 7. If you don't know, mark Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on your calendar, because I have a live stream that I am now doing called Let's Talk About It, where I am having different guests from all walks of life, all different professions, who are going to be chatting with me on different topics. So there is no set topic. It is not just morning motivation. It is not just financial stuff. But tonight I am super honored and happy because I am with the Miss Tarsha Black from the Wealth Building Platform. And she is a wealth building mentor. And we are going to talk about women empowerment in entrepreneurship, as well as living the life that you deserve. So guys, come back to my personal Facebook page or YouTube or NLR Financial Education and Services. I'm everywhere. Let me stop. But yes, come back tonight at 7 p.m. where me and Tarsha are going to be chopping it up, and she is going to shed that love and light on us, as well as talking about women in entrepreneurship, as well as living the life that we deserve, because I feel like we all deserve an awesome life. And once you actually realize that you deserve an awesome life and you start living that way, your life actually starts becoming better instead of in that rut or that negative space. So guys, you know I have to go. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Yes, thanks guys for tuning in, and have an awesome day. Be safe, and I'll be back tomorrow for Wealth Wednesday, because you know I love talking about the money. So later.